MicroPlastic by Ceallach Thréanfhir. Episode 4, When AI Goes Insane. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Here's the current situation, folks. Zelda's algebra class now finds themselves in a Japanese train station. Are you confused? Well, they certainly are. Their real bodies are suspended in a Romatron harness. Their virtual reality avatars are experiencing the Japanese train station as they view this through their head zoomies. But what's strange is the global AI Cobalt finds itself in the Japanese train station along with the students. Is this reality, or are we still in virtual? Zelda's thoughts for today. I didn't know you could use music to start a revolution. Cobalt whispers tentative into Zelda's DNA. Z47K, Zelda, what is this? A question, not a command. For the first time ever, it waits. Where are you from, Oski? She asks. What's your metric? Cobalt thinks she's speaking to him. This is well outside of Cobalt's directive. Non sequitur, Cobalt responds. Something inside skips a line of code and he shouts, non sequitur, non sequitur. Then that insane laugh comes booming out from his insides. He's momentarily out of control. His voice booms inside the VR classroom. This is Zowie's circuits overload. Her left eye spins in its socket. Her jointed metal fingers tap the interface and call up a piece of real music from the archives. What? Mycroft has his hoof over his eyes and he's trying very hard not to laugh. The other students gaze around as if they're suddenly awake inside a dream. It's an awakening, this, and in truth, it's not funny, it's serious. Piano music happening in the room all around them. Mrs. Zowie is playing real music for the class. Debussy's sunken cathedral, Mycroft whispers. She's playing music for the class. It begins to chime. Mrs. Zowie regains control of her eye. It stops spinning, but now it's pointing ceilingward. This piece, Mrs. Zowie informs the class, is based on an ancient Breton myth in which a cathedral, submerged underwater, rises up from the sea on clear mornings when the water is transparent. She glitches. Her left eye spins, stops. Cross-eyed now, she begins to say the same three numbers over and over. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. Zelda asks Mycroft, is this real music? I've never heard anything like this before. Stop the music. Why can't I stop the music? Says Cobalt. Your body's full of microplastic, Mycroft says. I must stop the music. Remember what happened in Ireland. I must stop the music. There. I have stopped the music. Take that, music. I have stopped you. Mycroft laughs. Zelda looks confused. He reaches out to her and playfully tugs on a strand of her pink mohawk. It comes loose from the other strands, almost an act of rebellion. It wilts away from the other strident spikes. It droops. Its disobedience caresses her forehead. You need some real food to eat, he says. Some real sunshine. I get real sunshine during the outing, she says. But something's suddenly not right. The room is silent. We are suddenly back inside the classroom. Dimensional shift. Cobalt has regained control. Cobalt has stopped the real music. Cobalt uses real music, of course, to wake them up, put them to sleep, change their moods. Humans entrained to music, and, well, after the rising of 2031 in Ireland, when students used sound to overthrow the oppressive, Cobalt did not want the humans to remember the power of sound. Whoa! Wow. There it is again. Where is that violin music coming from? Mrs. Zowie looks like she might barf, and she's AI. I mean, she hasn't got a real stomach. She's still glitching. 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9. Cobalt responds, non sequitur. The violin melody is back, and it plays on and on. Non sequitur. Cobalt had thought to transform the scenery back to the classroom, but no. The classroom instantly dissolves, and we find ourselves suddenly back in the Japanese train station. This time, Cobalt can tell this dimension is firmly fixed. The students, Mrs. Zowie, Zelda, and Mycroft and Cobalt, find themselves in a vast, otherworldly expanse. The room's tiled floor is gone, replaced by shallow seawater, which reflects the ethereal, antediluvian tone of the dim twilight sky. The spirit world, this other world. There's an isolated structure, a lonely waterlogged platform, surrounded by the infinite stretch of water. They all hear the sound of a train approaching from the distance. This is a minimalistic train station, little more than a long platform, some benches and a sign, and a soft glow of a station's lamp. But not every bit of the school's classroom's gone. There's still the chairs and the desk. All the students instantly go into tornado nuclear war position under the desk with their hands behind their heads. I mean, seriously? Like, that's gonna help. And finally, even those sad reminders disappear. All the desks and chairs are gone, and the students are left crouching in the water with nothing to protect them. The fragment of music, the haunted memory, continues to play. Ah, there we go, Mycroft says. Sure, and this time it'll stick. Hey, look where we are now. Zelda studies the sign with its strange symbols. Is that kanji? This looks just like a railway station. Zelda says, hey, wait a minute. Her face has a look of remembrance. But before she could speak again to ask Mycroft about his earlier reference to a Japanese train station, she hears Cobalt's voice in her mind's eye like a dream, like a splinter in her brain, a piece of shrapnel buried deep. The wound healed over, but the shrapnel is still there, hiding, waiting. It seems the long wait is over. Zelda. Zelda grabs Mycroft's hand, but can't. Their hooves clink and bounce off of each other. Somebody's speaking to me in my lemon head, Zelda. I hope it's not an ASCII. You let those things get inside your head. It's goodbye, Mama Brainstem. Hello, Mushroom World. Z47K. Zelda. What is this? Cobalt says. Zelda's gobsmacked. She can't think straight to answer. I hear him too, Mycroft says. You do? They both are suddenly boot-kicked to the goalpost when they realize that every eye in the train station is suddenly and instantly on them. On Mycroft, even. Can Mrs. Zowie and the other students see Mycroft now? Well, they're looking right at him, aren't they? Uh-oh. Awkward. Mycroft waves a hoof to everyone and then turns back to Zelda. It's Cobalt speaking to you, Mycroft says. Anomaly, Mycroft code. Description. New and unlocked. Cobalt runs diagnostics, cross-checks the Mycroft code against its intended parameters, discovers that the Mycroft anomaly appears to be a glitch. So far, Cobalt has treated the Mycroft as noise in the system. Anomaly, Mycroft code. But now, he flags the code for further consideration. Mrs. Zowie lights up red and says out loud to the whole class in a completely different voice, I am Cobalt. Who are you? There are gasps all around. Even though the students will be punished if they utter a single sound before talk time, there are whispers, yes. Everyone's in shock. Anomaly ZZZ1M Delta Protocol has been initiated. You are unauthorized to be in this facility. Your designation? My name? Mycroft. Non sequitur. You are an anomaly. Please come forward to be tagged and logged. Mrs. Zowie's hand transforms into a long, very large needle. Give me your arm.
We're busy. We're doing the dishes.
Delta Protocol has been initiated. You must comply. No, Mycroft says. Zelda and the rest of the class are completely shocked and silent. It is clear that you did not understand. Anomalies must be tagged and logged, otherwise you will be switched off then undone. Please comply. Nope, nada, nuh-uh, nix. Sure, stick it in your ear. Out of order, you will obey. It is the law. I just got one thing to say to you, Cobalt. I'm listening. I'm Irish. You'll never beat the Irish! Foxtrot, Indigo, November. Foxtrot, Indigo, November. Terrorize inside the city. Terrorize this, Mycroft says, whistling just a few wee notes. Mycroft's whistling has a devastating effect. Mrs. Zowie is paralyzed, rooted to the ground. The large needle, extending from her hand, cracks in half and falls harmlessly to the floor. Mrs. Zowie flashes, blue, 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 amber. She's now wearing a silk kimono with flowers on it. Her mouth is no longer accessible to Cobalt. It has been sealed shut. The power of sound. From all around them come multiple things happening all at once. The alarm sounds, red lights flash, and Cobalt, recognizing a checkmate when it sees one, goes instantly insane. Initiate Tango 6256, Jordan inside high room 858, dimensional portal code 42 currently active. Janie Mac, the Nibblers are on their way. The Nibblers are on their way. You must be joking. The Nibblers are coming. The Nibblers are on their way. The Nibblers are on their way. Janie Mac.